Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to clean a AK-47. It's very easy, and if you own one of these and shoot one, eventually you're going to have to rip it down and clean it. Alright, so the first step of cleaning any firearm is always going to be to unload it. Clear the chamber, remove the magazine, clear the chamber, make sure there's nothing in there, good to go. Alright, with this style rifle, the first thing you need to do is pull off your dust cover. So you just got to push the button in the back, lift it up, put it to the side. Second step is going to be your recoil spring in here. It's connected to that button we just pushed to get the dust cover off. It sits on this little track in here. So you're going to have to push it forward and make sure you got a good grip on it. Don't let it just go flying. Push it forward about ½ inch. You'll feel it come out of the track. Lift it up and back. And now the tension's off and you can pull it on out. Set that off to the side. Alright, and now we're going to pull your charging handle back again, pull the bolt back. And now when you pull it all the way back, it's going to fall out of its track. And now you're free to lift it up. And now you're going to have to pull it back, pull the piston out of the gas tube straight back. Alright, now we're going to set the rifle off to the side. And we're going to focus on this right here. This is your bolt carrier, bolt, piston, charging handle right here. To get your bolt out of here, you're gonna have to bring it down, let it slide down, and twist it, and it'll just slide right out. All right, so at this point, you're taken down for disassembly. You're completely taken down, disassembled for cleaning. If you really want, you can go one step further and remove your gas tube up here. To do that, you would have to pull this little lever up. Some rifles it's hard to move that lever, some rifles it's pretty easy. Mine's a little on the hard side, so what I do is I take a Zippo, a lighter, metal lighter here, and I'll put it under here and use this as leverage to pry it up. Alright, so now once you got it up a little bit, you can finish it with your hands. And then your gas tube will come right off. So now when you do that, basically you have you have access inside of here. So there's always a little bit of crap in there. It's not necessary to clean this out too often, but just for the video's sake, might as well take it apart. So you can see there's a little bit of crap in there. No cleaning solution on here yet. Just a dry paper towel. See, there's crap in there, but we'll put this to the side for now. And what I like to do is just first step is always with just a basic paper towel. You don't want to finish with a paper towel because they kind of leave like a little dust or whatever you want to call it, little bits of the paper towel everywhere. So I'll just give everything a little basic dry wipe down with a dry paper towel. Just get everything ready. Spring a little bit, And this is probably going to be your dirtiest part right here, your piston, because this is where the gases are all coming back, and that's what's dirtying everything up. So basically, if you're gonna cheap out on the cleaning, you could afford to cheap out on this area right here. It's not really gonna hurt the gun by not cleaning that. You can pretty much get away without cleaning this whole thing, but eventually you're gonna want to clean it. You know, put some oil in there just to keep all the metal that's sliding against each other happy. All right, and you might as well take the inside of this. This was that dust cover, first thing we took off. Just give it a couple swipes. Now let's go back this way. Take a fresh paper towel here, and same thing we just did to all the internal parts. We're gonna do to the lower half where the trigger, the hammer, all that stuff is. Just give it a little bit of a rub down. All right, and now one thing, you got your hammer in here. You don't want to just pull the trigger and send it flying, so you know, put your fingers on top of the hammer. See that? That's that shiny bar lever piece right there. Put your fingers on top of it and get a good grip on it. Kind of push down on it almost. And while you're pushing down on it, pull the trigger and slowly let your hammer come forward. So this is the piece right here. You don't want to just let that fly home and smash up against that pin in there. So you know, once you have that forward, you can get in a little bit deeper with the paper towel here. Alright, so that's basically it for your basic wipe down. So now's where we really get dirty. Let's get this cleaning solution here. It's not too bad, so actually, you know what? Might as well use the metal brush here. So we're gonna take this, it's like a big old toothbrush with metal bristles on it, dip it into the cleaning solution. Alright, and now we're just gonna scrub a little bit. Now just get wherever you can in there. Alright, might as well do the spring, right? Alright, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a clean part of this paper towel we just used, and without stabbing my fingers with this metal bristles, I'm going to clean off some of that nastiness. And then we're going to finish on this. For this, yeah, might as well just keep going with this metal brush frigate. And with this, we're just going to do the same thing we did with the bolt carrier. Now when you're doing this, you know, take your time with it. You don't have to rush. For this video, I'm just going a little faster than normal. So, which in turn, I'm kind of making a little bit more of a mess than I normally do. But you know, it's alright. Alright. And now, This is you don't really have to do anything to that. That was your dust cover again. All right, now we're back with the rifle here. Let's clean this off real quick. This was the brush again. You could also use just a regular nylon bristle brush. This is a toothbrush right here. You're not going to get as deep of a clean, strong of a cleaning with that, but as long as you don't let stuff sit and, you know, cake itself on there, you know, for the most part, you should be able to get everything clean with that toothbrush right there. All right, so again, I dipped the brush in the cleaning solution, and now we're just going to scrub down what we can get to inside the rifle here. Now we got that hammer. Remember we put that hammer up before? Let's set that back down so we can, once you clean behind it, I should say, let's set that back down. So to do that, all you have to do, I usually take my thumb and just push it down, and you'll hear it, you'll hear and feel it click and lock into place, and that ain't gonna move again until you pull that trigger. So now continue scrubbing, get the areas that you couldn't get when that hammer was up. All right. All right. Set that off to the side. We're going to take a paper towel here, and now just clean all that crap that the cleaning solution started to you know, break apart. Now basically what you're doing here is pretty much just a wipe down. Alright, we're gonna push that, let that hammer come up again. So once again, get your fingers on top of it, don't let it come flying up, and pull the trigger. Alright, gently follow it home. Alright, now get up, you know, get in under there. Alright, and now for places you can't really reach, you get these little Q-tips. Just get on in there. All right, let's set that to the side for a minute. Let's come back to these parts. We're gonna take a clean rag here, just wipe everything down. Now if your rifle has, you know, thousands and thousands of rounds through it without you cleaning it, I mean, you're probably gonna have to do a much more thorough job than this right here. But for the most part, this is gonna work for most of us right here. All right. So right now your bolt is clean. Let's move on to the carrier. Just wipe everything down. spring, get this going. Alright. I'll just come back in with the rifle, give it one last quick, go through it real quick, make sure we're good. Set the hammer back. Alright. So now we have to take care of the barrel. Alright, so we're going to take this little metal brush at the end of our cleaning rod, dip it in some solution, let it drip a little bit. Alright, we're going to insert it into the barrel. And you want to hold it by the handle so it can spin with the grooves. Alright, we'll push it in one more time. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the just a patch puller with a patch on it. Get a little wet with the cleaning solution. Talking about making a mess, right? Alright. And once again, we're going to push it through. Pull it back out. And you can see a bunch of crap on there. So let's get rid of that. I'll stick that over there. Get another patch. All right. Let's do this again here. Yep. Twist that patch around a little bit. Alright, I mean, you could sit here all day and just continue doing this, and chances are it's gonna, it's never gonna, the patch is never gonna come out clean. So, you know, just do a good job, you know. And now if it's light out, or if you have a flashlight, you could also look down the barrel and see in the lands and grooves, and you would see, powder, burnt powder, and all that stuff. This actually looks nice and clean, so we're gonna call that. And now, if you wanted to clean inside of your gas tube area, you can always use a larger nylon brush. You know, get up in there, put it on a cleaning rod, and you know, get in this part too, get the whole thing going, put some solution on it. Same as we did with the barrel, basically. This part you're not gonna have to do too often, if ever. All right. So right now we're clean, we're good to go. So before we oil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinstall this. I'm going to set that back on in the front, drop it into place, and then push that lever down until it locks itself in. Alright, so now you're going to take your oil, and you don't need the straw. I'm going to put the straw on. Alright, and now you don't want to go too crazy with it, but you want to make sure it's, you know, oiled up. You have these tracks on the side which the bolt carrier runs in. You know, you can get a lot of good that did, right? You know, get it in there. This stupid thing up. And we'll get the other side. And kind of work it in with your fingertip. Just get everything nice and coated. We're going to pull that hammer up again here. And now get everything, give it a nice light coat inside. And any part that moves, that has metal, another part moving against it or moves itself, you want to make sure you get that, especially get that. Alright, reset the hammer. Set that off to the side for a second. Let's take this bolt carrier, give it a little spray in there, and now spread that around. Tiny little spray here. Alright. I mean, the oil up here, that's basically to just keep a coating of oil on it so you don't get rust or anything like that. Now here's the bolt. Let's just give it a little bit, give it a coating. Alright, now let's slide this bolt back into the bolt carrier. See, it won't go in this way. Just keep spinning it until it falls in, and then twist again until it stops twisting. Now you're in, and now it'll pivot when you push it forward. So that's very easy. Let's pull that out again. You're going to slide it in, and hang on, let's get it stuck here. And now just keep spinning it until it drops in. Alright, now spin it again until it stops, and now it's in place right where it's got to be. Alright, let's put that off to the side. And I have a whole bunch of oil left on my fingers, so I'm just going to coat this spring. Alright. Let's get everything back together here. Alright, first part we're going to do here is going to be the bolt carrier. Bolt. You want to make sure your bolt's all the way forward. So if you're down, push it up. It's going to kind of twist in its track here. So let it twist, push it all the way in its forward position. Hold it with your thumb. You're going to have to line up the piston into the top hole here. Alright, and now bring it until the very back over here. And now when you're there, push it down, and you'll feel it kind of fall into the tracks. And now push it forward. Now it's in the track, it won't come out. So make sure your fingers are clear and push it all the way forward. Alright, now we're going to take this, the spring, stick this back in the back of the bolt carrier where you pulled it out from. Take this, and you remember when we were taking this off, it slid out of a track in here. So we're gonna have to push it forward, down a little bit, and then release it when it's lined up with that track. Alright, so now the final step, almost done here, guys. Just take this. This was your dust cover. You're not, there's a little space right under your rear sight. Front of this has to go in that space. Push it down, and this is a Yugo, so I have a little button that pushes this button out. But if it's under spring tension, it'll normally just push its lock itself back into place. If for some reason it doesn't, just pull the charging handle back, and that should take care of that. So right now that's it. It's fully cleaned, oiled, it's ready to go.